Chinese export growth slowed in April after U.S. President Donald Trump's tariffs took effect, a further sign of the damage the U.S. president's trade war is causing to the world's two largest economies as they prepare for de-escalation talks. Outbound shipments rose 8.1% in U.S. dollar terms last month, according to customs data released Friday, compared to a 12.4% growth in March, when companies rushed to ship orders before the higher tariffs took effect. While the export figures were stronger than economists had expected, they add to a string of economic data that point to the significant losses already inflicted on the Chinese and U.S. economies by the ongoing trade war. Last week, official data showed that factory activity in China contracted at its fastest pace in 16 months in April, adding urgency to Beijing's efforts to launch a new economic stimulus package. In the United States, the economy contracted in the first quarter, recording its first contraction in 3 years, as businesses stockpiled goods in anticipation of Trump's Freedom Day tariffs, which began in April. These stark figures underscore the scale of the challenges ahead this week, as top Trump administration trade officials meet with their Chinese counterparts in Geneva, Switzerland, to discuss a possible de-escalation of the tariff war. The United States has imposed tariffs of at least 145% on most Chinese imports, and China has retaliated with 125% tariffs on most American imports. As a result, trade between the two sides is experiencing a sharp decline, according to logistics experts. The ships now docking at U.S. ports from China are the first to be subject to the tariffs imposed by the U.S. on most Chinese imports. This means that within weeks, consumers will face higher prices and shortages of some goods. U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, who will visit Geneva with Trade Representative Jamieson Greer, cast doubt on the prospects for an agreement, saying only that he hoped for a de-escalation of tensions. On Wednesday, Trump stated that he would not reduce high tariffs on China before talks began, a condition Beijing had previously stated as a precondition for negotiations. The president also told a conservative radio host that he would raise the case of jailed Hong Kong media mogul Jimmy Lai as part of the negotiations. Lai, the troublemaker former publisher whose shuttered tabloid Apple Daily was a thorn in Beijing's side, is currently on trial for national security violations and could face life imprisonment.